My name's Kimberly Collett. Other kids mowed yards, I mowed yards, and I built computers from the motherboard up. My dad was an engineer, an inventor. I had to be able to look at a CAD drawing and tell him what it was and how it worked without any clues. I was just always somebody who always knew I was never going to settle on one thing. When I was living in New York, I actually did Habitat for Humanity rebuilds on my days off. I learned so much in theater. You know, I was a stagehand for a long time. So I got life skills really, really quickly. Every year I give myself a challenge, and in 2010, I wrote a business plan. Never thought about having my own restaurant in my life before that. And I took it around to several people, and they said it was the most complete business plan they'd ever seen. My financials, I had them down for 2 years, all the way down to how much salt I would need in the parking lot for an Ohio winter. And they were like, you have to do this. You have to really think about maybe doing this. But I had young kids, and I had to support them and make sure that they had what they needed, and I had to help with homework and do all those things. I made a commitment to my kids because I moved around a lot when I was younger. I made a very solid promise to them that we would stay in one place. So right now I'm just investing in where I'm at. So I started looking at our buildings downtown just to see what was out there, and found the WYMPEE. I quit my job and put everything I had into rebuilding that little dive. Everybody thought I was pretty crazy. And the economy at that time was really bad, and I was seeing some really skilled people right on the line of losing their businesses. And it wasn't always easy. There were days where I was like, what am I doing? And we ate a lot of ramen noodles while I was building that place. I knew how to demo from when I lived in New York, so I could do it all myself. I did all the interior design myself. And then I had learned when I was in theater how to build things. So I built all my own tables with my cousin. And, you know, I had friends that helped me. I had family that helped me. And so it's a real team thing. It just was a compilation of all those different crazy things that I picked up in life came together in one little restaurant. And I kind of just let the building decide for me what it needed to be and how it would work. And it was very just kind of evolutionary, you know, how it all happened. I didn't come in with a strict plan. I came in with, I'm pretty sure this is going to work. My friend who's a chef, he said, if it's Italian, you should name it Olive Oil. Olive Oil was the girlfriend of Popeye, and WYMPEE, you know, was the guy who loved hamburgers. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. And then when we decided to go Mediterranean, I thought olive would be wonderful. From day one, I sort of was just telling the story on Facebook, and by the time we opened, we had 1,300 fans, and we hadn't even, you know, sold a single sandwich yet. As we were building, we had hundreds of people stop by and tell us their story of WYMPEE's. Or, you know, my grandma used to bring me here if I was good when we went to Reich's, and she would take me to WYMPEE's for a 25-cent hamburger afterward if I was good. All these people from GM who met their wives there and got married because they met their wives there, and now they come and spend their anniversaries with us. But we kept the outside exactly the same. We had to fight for that. They wanted us to take the WYMPEE signs down, so we had to go to appeal for that, and we ended up winning. A lot of people think it's crazy that I keep the WYMPEE sign up, but once you take the signs down, nobody remembers which building was which anymore. And almost everybody in this area, if they've lived here for any time, knows where the WYMPEE is. Even though we should probably have more signage that says Olive, I don't want to ruin that. I want people to be able to take pictures and be able to, you know, get that old thing going on. So we're going to keep it the way it is.
Thank you for calling Olive and Urban Dive. How can I help you?
We don't have a microwave. We don't have a can opener. Everything's absolutely handmade from scratch. We have our own 800 square foot garden that we do a lot of the basics from as well. Staff will call me and say, we need radishes, and I'll run in and they're still warm and have dirt on them from the garden. Yes, we're more expensive. Yes, the portions are smaller, but we pay anywhere from 20 to 50% more to buy local.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
The only way I can get fresh chickens every week is to meet my chicken farmer in a parking lot because he can't come all the way to Dayton. So we do our chicken deal every Wednesday, and I have them on ice by 5 o'clock. But so there's lots of fun little stories that happen. You know, our honeybee guy got completely taken out by a hive the other day and came in, and there were bees everywhere because they had gotten in the car with him. And so we're trying to load our honey, and we're dealing with bees everywhere. And, you know, you're just like, nobody, you know, you can't get this ordering from a Cisco truck. You just can't. There's no story value there. So it's been a ball. It's a lot of work, but it's been a ball. Right now, I feel like I've got about 5 years of some pretty crazy energy that I can put into some good stuff. I always compare life to surfing. You know what your limits are, know what your skills are, but just hang on.